Hello everybody! It is time to finally share or start sharing my experience, my adventure here in Gabon with the Iboga Initiation with Iboga. But I will not exactly share a lot of details about what was going on, what we did in this whole initiation setting experience. I will share more about my personal experience in the future videos, and in this video I want to explain and share why I will not tell too much or almost anything about the internal stuff which is going on in this initiation, in this whole tradition. So initially I felt a call, you could say, to come here and do this initiation. Also about this one I will share in the video where I will share really what was going on in this experience, in this absolutely wonderful once-in-a-lifetime adventure. And here in Gabon, in the land where Iboga come from, I met something which I think can only be found here. In my opinion, I did only this one Iboga initiation and I had one experience with Iboga in Germany. But the Iboga initiation, which is not a ceremony like ayahuasca ceremony, this is an initiation. It's for most of the people a once-in-a-lifetime experience. In my opinion, this one can only be experienced really here. You really need to do the effort of coming here, finding a flight to Gabon, paying the visa, paying a lot of money to do Iboga. Approximately, like, if you wanna do Iboga here, you should calculate 4,000 or 5,000 euros. But this all is a part of the whole process. It makes so much sense. It's a value, you pay. And in this experience, I was getting deeper and deeper understanding why one should not talk too much about what is happening here. And let's start talking about it. I have some points to say about this. And the first one is the respect for the tradition. First time in my life I really understood the importance of tradition. In the British tradition, they don't tell you what you will do, what you will experience. If you ask questions like, okay, what we'll do next, what we'll do tomorrow, what we do in the ceremony, what we do in the second ceremony, traditionally they will not answer you, at least what I've heard about. And I completely understand this, because we, especially we Western people, well, of course I speak about myself mostly and about my observation of life in Germany, at least, yeah? It looks for me that we have kind of a disease in our mind, with our mind, this urge to know what will happen. Because we always want to know what will happen. If we do a yoga seminar, a yoga retreat, a meditation retreat, or some kind of workshop, you can find every information, you can find a timetable of every hour what you will do. And this is like with everything in the Western world. Like, when you want to do something, you already know what will happen. And of course, it's not bad. I don't judge it. But where does this urge, this urge come from? Where does this urge come, especially in situations when we want to do something where we don't know what will happen, what we will really do, if we book, like, for example, a retreat? In my opinion, if you feel inside this urge, it comes from the fear of the unknown. The unknown is the future. The future is always unknown. You never know what will happen. And what is this fear exactly? The fear of unknown. It's basically the fear of death. Because if we don't know what will happen, we don't have security. We don't have a safe space. We don't know what will happen, so we might die. And this makes anxiety in the ego, because the ego doesn't want to die, and it's good that it don't want to die. But if we live only in this kind of a lifestyle, the whole life is based on fear. And this is like, okay, of course you can do it, like, 90% of the people, I think, live a life like this. But you can also live a life in trust. And the thing about trust is, it's really, really important to understand this, to hear this. Trust can be only 100% or no trust, mistrust. Because if you trust fully. If you at least mistrust a little bit, it's already mistrust. It's not I'm trusting less or not completely. You cannot trust not completely. You can only trust or not trust, which is not trust is mistrust. And trusting is basically blind. If you trust 100%, you accept to walk blindly in the unknown without knowing what will happen. Because if you say, tell me what will happen, or tell me that nothing will happen to me, that I will survive, that I will stay alive, nothing will happen bad to me, then I trust. This is not trust, this is mistrust. Please understand this. You can only live completely trusting or mistrusting. You can have 100% trust, or you have, I think, you can have different intensities of mistrust. You can mistrust completely the life, you can mistrust some parts of life. But if you want to really trust, live a trustful life, you can only do it 100%. You need to completely surrender to the flow of not knowing what will happen. And this lifestyle, of course, for the mind, it's not understandable. It's just, you can just experience it on your own, with your own life. You can experience what it means to trust in life. And how to do it? By doing it. You never can learn trust with the intellect only. You need to experience it with your whole being, with your heart. And especially in this kind of situations, especially in this situation with Iboga, I want to say to you, if you feel a call, really a call to do Iboga, don't do it in Europe or somewhere else. Sorry, mosquitoes. Do it here. Here is the source. Come to the source. If you feel the call for Iboga, trust this call. Don't look for informations. Trust the tradition. In the tradition, they're not telling you what will happen. Don't look for people sharing their experience, because this will create something already. Go blindly in this experience. Make it an adventure. An adventure is going into the unknown blindly, just experiencing it, spontaneous. This is my wish for you. If you feel the call for Iboga, come here. Really, come here. You will never regret it. You will never regret that you did it you spent 5,000 euros or how much ever you will spend. Really, from my heart, this is my wish for you and for everybody. And by doing it blindly, you stop contributing to the cycle of mistrust. Because how to exit the lifestyle of mistrusting, of doubting everything? The solution is to trust. As simple as it is. It's not even about Iboga, If you feel a call for anything, a meditation retreat, Vipassana maybe you want to do, or one country is calling you to go on holiday, just go. don't look for informations. Like if you want to do Vipassana, you just apply, you know? Don't read the description. Why? If you feel the call, trust the call. Why you mistrusting your call? Why you mistrusting your inner feeling, your inner gut, your intuition, the life itself basically? You just apply, you trust. Same with a country. If you feel the call for the country, just go there. Don't plan the whole trip, you know? You just go, find a place where you want to spend the first night, a hostel, a hotel, and trust that you will meet the people which meant for you to meet and to have experience with them. Everything will, how you say it, come together. You will have a beautiful experience when you do it blindly, really, because then it's an adventure, you know, it's an adventure. And by doing this, you're breaking the cycle of mistrust. Instead, like, even if you feel a call and you still, even though you feel the call, you look for a lot of informations and you do it. Of course, you're still following your call, and it's better than not following the call at all. But still, there's a lot of mistrust happening, you know? It's not bad. I don't want to judge it, like, you know? But there is such a beauty in it, doing things blindly. It's such a beauty. And it can be only experienced because it's like an adventure. I cannot describe it better. It's like a really, real adventure. In our world, in the modern world, it's so difficult to have an adventure because we have information about everywhere. Like, even like if you go to a deep country, you know, if you want, you will find information about it in the internet. It's not like in the past that you know, someone's telling, I go now to Africa, and you just walk there. Take a ship, however, you don't know how you will cross the ocean, you just go. You know, this is an adventure. It's really, really beautiful, really, really beautiful. And I came here because I had this feeling. And I came here and I didn't look for any information. Of course, if somebody told me information, you know, just because they told it, it was okay for me, you know, but I wasn't looking for it. And I don't regret this experience, this decision at all. I had this feeling to do it unknowingly, blindly. And I don't regret it at all. It's really, basically, really the richest experience I ever had in my life, and probably I will ever have in my life. I think this experience I did here will be the biggest experience of my life. I cannot imagine at this point experiencing something more profound than this. Because an initiation is not a ceremony, really. It's not just a ceremony you do, you know, when you feel like. Initiation is a one-time thing, you know. And I asked here Tatayo, which is like, yeah, the shaman, let's say, what is it about the initiation? What is initiation? And he told me, like, it's about in it, going in it. It's basically going through a gate in your new life. And I completely feel it. I completely feel this experience, this feeling. It's just sacred, it's divine, you know? And this is the next point why, in my opinion, okay, let's speak only about me, why I don't want to tell too much about this experience. Because this is something so sacred, so divine. What was happening, it was like beyond, you know? It was like just divine, beyond. There are not words to describe it. It's such sacred, it feels like, you know, what was happening was between you and God, between you and life. It's so sacred. You don't share, or I don't want to share such a precious thing. Not because I want to hide it, but it's just like something which is here in my heart, and it will remain here in my heart, and maybe I will tell it the closest people in my life, but definitely not everybody, because it's just something so precious, and you just want to keep it, like precious. And also the whole tradition is sacred. That's why you don't share much about it. You cannot find much information about the Briti tradition, especially from the indigenous people. You probably can find a lot of information from Western people, which in my opinion just don't understand the depth and profoundness of this tradition and why you should not talk about it too much. Because to have this experience of an Iboga initiation, a part of this experience, the prerequisite for this experience is doing it blindly. Of course, if you do it knowing a lot about it already, it will have definitely as well a lot of benefits, and it will be not worse than doing it blindly. But doing it blindly, it's just like a unique experience, it's something beautiful, it's just like something special. And yeah, that's basically it. Why I will not tell much. I will definitely share in the next videos what was happening for me, what are my gains, what I gained from this experience, because it's really amazing. But I will not tell what we will do, what we did, how the ceremonies looked like, what kind of things we did, and so on. I will only tell like my personal inner experience. And even this one, if you really want to go blindly, don't listen to it, That's it. And I wish really to everyone, if you have the calling for Iboga, go for it. Like, it's a beautiful medicine. It's a really strange medicine. It's so confusing at some point. And it's so distorted in some kind of way. But even this distorted part of Iboga makes sense. It's such a holistic experience, but at the same time such a strange experience. Yeah, my wish for you, go blindly in it, trust in the process, trust in the tradition. Amazing, beautiful, absolutely unique experience. Have a wonderful day, have a wonderful life. I hope for everyone, I wish everyone to learn to deepen your trust in life. Deepen your trust in your inner voice, in your intuition, in your heart, in the life itself. Living a life like this is such a more peaceful and abundant and rich experience. And now that's it. Enjoy.